This is a sad story. This is story is about migrants. It says fire kills nearly 40 at migrant detention facility near U.S. Mexico border. Because the U.S. bears responsibility for pushing these migrants back into Mexico to face unsafe conditions. So this came out this morning. At least 39 migrants were declared dead on Tuesday after a fire was started overnight at a detention facility in Ciudad Juarez, close to the U.S. Mexico border. Mexico's National Institute of Migration said in a statement that the detention center held 68 men from Central and South America. The National Institute of Migration strongly rejects the acts that led to this tragedy. In an address on Tuesday, Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador said that the fire was sparked by migrants in protest of their looming deportation. They never imagined that this would cause this terrible misfortune. The President AMLO, who noted that most of those killed in the fire were from Central America and some were from Venezuela. The disaster is likely to intensify criticism of the immigration policies of the U.S. and Mexico, both which have been accused of systematically violating the rights of asylum seekers. So this is what is going on. That's happened in, right at the border in Mexico. And
under Jim Crow Joe.
Hmm?
I thought this was gonna start when Jim Crow Joe, when Joe Biden. I thought young people came out and vote for Joe Biden. I thought it was supposed to be over though.
Yeah, well, it says in December, Trump-appointed federal judge blocked President Joe Biden's attempt to end the policy. So he tried to end the policy allegedly, but the judge blocked him, which rights groups say is illegal. Meanwhile, Joe Biden has been under heavy criticism from advocates for his asylum proposals. So that's part of it. So I also want to share a video that talks about it as well.
I want to add that's great reporting. There was a lot of reporting how the Biden administration they was allowing Title 42 and a lot of all these horrible immigration policies to go through because they would pretend to fight it, and then they would lose the court battle, and then they wouldn't even try to fight for it. Like Biden, he looking for any excuse, just like with the student loan thing. So you have Trump appointed judges, Republican appointed judges who shoot down these quote unquote proposals, and then the Biden administration like, oh damn man, oh shucks, man, if only we could have fought harder, man. Unfortunately, nothing we can do. And people are like, man, there's a lot of legal recourse you guys could be doing, like appeals and stuff. I just like, fuck it, man. Nothing we can do here. But anyway, go ahead, JB.
Yeah. And before I can get to this video, one paragraph says on Monday, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees urged the Biden administration to rescind its proposed anti-asylum rule, which critics have compared Trump's transit ban that denied asylum to anyone who had traveled to the United States through a third country. So, they're also looking at Biden and how he's been handling the migrants with, coming to the country as well.
News, we are learning more than 36 migrants have died in a fire at an immigration detention center in northern Mexico, right near the U.S. border. It happened at a facility in Ciudad Juarez, that's across from El Paso, Texas. 39 people died, 29 others hurt in that fire. It broke out late yesterday, according to an official with the National Immigration Institute. We will keep monitoring this developing story.
Struggling retailer Bed Bath.
So basically, that's what happened there, and it's just horrible. And the thing is that the border crisis. A lot of people talk about how bad it is at the border when Trump was in power, or the Trump regime was in power, but nobody's really talking about it now that the Biden regime is in power. And it just goes to show that both parties are clicked in this. And, it goes to the point that the Biden administration wants to keep the migrants from crossing that border, which is forcing Mexico to have these migrants held in their detention facilities as well. And so it's causing, things like this to come up. And it's just sad because, you have migrants who are literally leaving their countries because of U.S. foreign policy and the destruction of their countries by the hand of the United States, on behalf of big corporations. Now that they're leaving, they're trying to get into a better life, at least somewhat of a better life. And they end up getting into a detention facility and burning to death because doesn't want chickens to come home to roost, even though the United States has contributed to this crisis.
I want to add on. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? How silent the people is on this. Now, I'm not talking about politicians. AOC and et cetera, et cetera. That's their job. I would expect that from them. But the people, who has voted for this man, who was to push Biden left, and kids in cages. It was a whole fucking organization going on about the kids in cages. They are nowhere to be found, and it's really just sickening how you people can sit by and watch as the same policies update under the man that you voted for, and you promised us that this was going to stop. You said that Trump was to Biden's left and to his right, and he's going to shut down these detention centers, even though he built them with Obama. Whatever hoop dream that you try to sell us, where are you? Where are you now? Because people are still getting hysterectomies. Not only these 40 people that got killed in this fire, people are still getting hysterectomies at these detention centers. Do you understand? People are still getting molested, sexually assaulted in these detention. Where are you? And it's disgusting. Like, I expect this from a politician. But you people sit by as the shit go on, and you say, "Oh, I voted. I did what I could. I did my best," and that's how you cope. That's how you cope with all of this. I did my best, even though people are still dying. But because of you, because of a man that you put into power. Now, I know you're gonna say, "Well, what you wanted? You wanted Trump in office? I ain't want nobody in office. I told y'all to overthrow this motherfucker. I ain't told y'all to vote for nobody. I told y'all this shit wasn't gonna change from hand to hand. It doesn't work like that. They just handing each other power and popularity every 4 to 8 years. You take a break and come back 4 years later. I'll take a break and come back 4 years. They're just trading power in between each other. Ain't shit gonna change. Nothing real for us. But you're gonna just, you know what I'm saying, close your eyes and cover your ears because you don't want to hear or see it. And it's a shame. It's a shame because y'all was out there when Trump was in office. Y'all was out there on the streets. You held up your signs. You was crying at the fucking border. You took trips. For your first time, you left your city and thought about somebody else. But once you got what you needed, you're nowhere to be found. The people who haven't got what they needed, the people that you promised, they still haven't got what they needed. Where are you? Kyle Kalinske, David Pakman, all you motherfuckers. I'm talking about all of you voters. We told you this was gonna happen. Stop being so damn weak. Just because somebody say a couple of your magic words and make you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside doesn't mean a damn thing. Don't you? I'm an atheist. Damn it. And even I know the devil is a lie. You taking a politician at his word, at their word, and voted for them with no leverage, nothing. You just say, okay, vote blue no matter who. Or your version, push Biden left after we elect him and give him everything he fucking wanted. And he's still fucking up these kids, still deporting more people than Trump, still deporting more Africans than Trump, killing them. But you know where to be found. But I guarantee if a Republican take that office, we'll see them back out there. Occupy walls. We see all them motherfuckers back out there. Fucking, ugh. It's sickening. Y'all niggas get on my nerve.
TJ,
Absolutely.
you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm just echoing a lot of what have already been said. This is a terrible tragedy, but somehow the news is going to always blame the worker, and they're blaming the worker in some of these corporate media outlets like this Los Angeles Times. Migrants fearing deportation set fire that killed at least 39 Mexican president says. So it's terrible because, like I said, I give the example of people coming to the United States. It's like we're the cause for another boat sinking, and then when those people capsize and they start to swim to our boat and want to get on our boat, then we want to be like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's a product of colonialism. Just sad. It's just a sad thing to see.
Yeah, I guess we can. JB, you have anything
Yeah.
else? We can pass it to CJ for the last segment, and then I'll probably have to
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
CJ.
this could be the